Welcome back. It's a Money Monday right here on Liquid Lunch. It's Columbus Day. And in case you hadn't noticed, I'm of Italian-American heritage. And I'm playing some tunes, Italian songs and all that good stuff because some on the left and in the wacky news media we got here, they want to abolish Christopher Columbus. They want to abolish his statue. And they've made today Indigenous Peoples Day or something, but it used to be good old-fashioned Columbus Day. But here we're celebrating Columbus because he kind of found the place. But in other news, we're at the Question Tequila Studios in downtown Manhattan. You're watching Liquid Lunch. I'm John Tobacco. We're celebrating Columbus Day, and we're celebrating the fact that even on Columbus Day, the stock market is open. And my Italian-American brethren down on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange are working hard. The Dow is up about 33 points. Bitcoin is down a couple of pucks here, but nothing to worry about. Tomorrow, everybody will be back to work. And back to work it is indeed for us as Chris Carter joins us. He's the CEO of Aproyo. And Chris joins us now on Skype. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining us for a Liquid Lunch.
Hey, John, happy Columbus Day.
Hey, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. So you have 6 key lessons that people need to know, and you're a big data expert. Everybody knows you talk about big data, big data, big data. I've been delving into the privacy issue behind the big data. Well, what do people really need to know to create a successful business?
You know, one of the things that I tell people, I've been a failure at business. I actually put a company into bankruptcy, unfortunately, and it was the worst 2 years of my life. But people need to realize they're going to fail. 50% of businesses in America fail today. But it's how you come back from that. You know, we're Americans. We're proud Americans. We are willing to fight and to try to move forward and to keep moving forward. And I have found that, at least in my career, if I keep putting my pants on every morning and step forward, every day is going to be another day to try to better myself, my company, work with my staff, and to help make America great.
All right. Well, I know when you say 50% of companies fail, I think 50% of new businesses fail in their first year or something like that. Is that right?
Correct. That is absolutely correct. In the first year alone, 50% are going to fail.
You know what? I'm somewhat of an entrepreneur myself. I founded a couple of companies. I sold them both at some point. And, from my end, I feel like a lot of people don't understand how to even create the right customer base. Some people start a business, they get a couple customers, and they spend all their time kissing up to those 2 customers, and they forget about prospecting and finding new business. And I think that's the #1 killer of businesses. You got a small business, you got it going, but you can never lose your focus from recruiting new customers.
You're absolutely correct, John, because that's what happened to me. I got a large customer that took over 80% of our business. And all of a sudden, 4 years later, that organization decided to outsource and to cut us. We got a letter in the mail from them. We didn't even get a phone call. We got a letter from that organization that said, you need to cut 40% of the revenue off of what you're charging us, or we're going to take away your business. And literally, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that to my staff. So unfortunately, I told the staff, please go find a position somewhere. I'm not going to do this to you. And unfortunately, I was not smart enough at that point in time in my career to try to make sure I was spreading the wealth around, let's call it. Yeah. Now, fortunately, we've got about 36 different customers, about 300 systems we manage across the globe. And I've taken that to true heart every day.
So, another thing that I'm a student of sales. I love studying successful sales tactics and techniques. Many people go out there and they think they're prospecting. They get a business card. They send the follow-up email the next day. Hey, yeah, how are you? Let's touch base in a week or 2. Most people don't realize that acquisition of a new account for a commercial relationship where you're making some money takes about 9 to 10 contacts. And if you do the 9 to 10, you get the customer. Then you know your customer and you know your customer's needs. Some people let them, 2 emails and we haven't followed up yet. And they go on and they start the same pattern with another group. How important it is to keep following up as long as you got the right expectations?
You're absolutely right about the 9 touch points. It takes 9 times for a possible customer to actually get a little bit more ingrained with what you can provide them and how you can help them, not how they can help you by giving you paying an invoice. It's how can we help that customer. And so one of the things we tell our sales account executives is I want you to meet with them face to face. I don't care about 20 emails. I don't care about tweeting and Facebook. And yeah, that's all important. But get in front of them. Have a conversation. Look them in the eye and actually talk and find out what is their true pain. It's amazing because people will just delete. But if you're in front of that person, maybe that person had a bad day and you're there to help them. Maybe you can give them some insight. I've had failures not only from that, but then I've had health scares with my daughters and others. To build a bond and to have a relationship, those 9 touch points plus face-to-face activity is really what's going to help drive individuals to be successful. And I think that we're getting away from that in today's society. So we really push that. I beg our account executives from a CEO perspective to do that. Get in front of people and really communicate and be a part of their life.
Yeah, and I know one of the things on your list of your 6 key lessons to building a successful business is to be passionate about what you do.
Very much.
I host a television show every day. It's called Liquid Lunch, which you're on with me right now, and I have a tequila sponsor and a vodka sponsor. I love being on television, and I love supporting our sponsors. And I passionately support them by drinking tequila and vodka every day on the show. Is that a key to my success? No.
Oh, absolutely. The passion that you have towards those individuals. And one of these days, John, I look forward to coming down to New York and having that cocktail with you in studio instead. But that is a passion, being there for your sponsors and providing them that love that you have that they're interacting with you. I do that with our customers, no matter what account executive is out there and what client they're working with. When I come on site, I want that customer to know that I'm there for them. As a matter of fact, I've got my cell phone here. Every single customer with App Royal gets my personal cell phone number. I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care what day of the week it is. If there's a question, if there's a comment, if there's love going on that they want to say, hey, how great you were, or there's somebody in your team screwed up, they have my personal cell phone. They can call me anywhere in the world, and it's happened. I've had folks call me.
That's great.
I want them to do that.
That's great. That gives it that extra personal touch. Chris, I want to thank you for joining us today. You're welcome down here in the studios to join us for an in-person Liquid Lunch. And you're not the same Chris Carter that's in the NFL Hall of Fame, are you?
No, I've got a little bit less of a tan, as you can see.
That's not
a little less hair.
Nah, I'm kidding with you. But even though you're not in the Hall of Fame, we still want to have you down for a cocktail and talk more about your great, insightful stuff on keys to having a successful business. Chris Carter, CEO of Aproyo, thank you very much. We'll check back with you soon, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks, John. Talk soon.
So my phone is just playing songs now on its own. I don't know what's happening, but I'm trying to play some Italian songs. You may notice that there's a telephone on my desk. There it is. I am waiting for a very important call. There's a rumor that Frank, as you may notice, is gone. He's not there. His seat is empty. There's a rumor that Trump might call into the show. So I'm waiting. I got the hotline right here in case he calls in. And if that happens, we'll bring all that to you. It's Columbus Day, folks. Have yourself a little Panzoni vodka. It's organic. It's gluten-free. It comes from Calabria, Italy. Go out and have a meatball hero. Have a chicken parmesan. Get a little antipasto, maybe. And mainly tonight, have a little macaroni and meatballs because that's the way to celebrate it. And my mother's probably stirring a pot of sauce, of gravy, whatever you want to call it right now. Because the Tobacco household, we're going to have a Columbus Day celebration like you ain't never seen. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back right after this. Who's up next, Nico? Does this thing even work? Oh, Nick Kovacevic joins us next. He's the CEO of Kushco. They are the leading provider of CBD products and related products and